Hey there, and welcome to Pawleys Island Flowers. I am Donna Ashton, owner of Floral Cottage Farms, and I am in my third year of flower farming here at my home in Litchfield Beach, South Carolina. And I am so glad to be restarting this YouTube channel and letting you follow along with tips on growing flowers here in our humid, hot summer, mild winter type atmosphere and temperatures, as well as how to arrange flowers, what does grow really well, what won't grow really well, following me as I am going on my flower farm journey, tips for arranging, workshops, and all types of stuff. So if you are already a subscriber, thank you for hanging in with me for a while. I started my channel a while ago and then I stopped because I wasn't sure which way I was going to go. But I'm glad to be back and rebranding in this Pawleys Island Flowers. And what I really want this channel to be is not just about my farm, but about following along on my journey and helping you understand, again, more about flowers, more about what grows here. And if you just want some beautiful inspiration, colors and arrangements and that type of thing, I'll be here to talk about that. So what's coming for this channel is going to be what's blooming. Like right now in my garden, I'll be doing a video once a week and showing you what's blooming or what I'm doing to get ready for blooms. And I'll give you a little tour in just a few minutes. Behind the scenes of my workshops, I do host workshops here at Floral Cottage inside my little shed and outdoors. Bouquets that I'm making, so I'll show you as I'm making some bouquets for people in the area who have ordered flowers for their loved ones. So I love to make a beautiful bouquet for somebody for a special occasion, birthdays, anniversaries, whatever. I'm here to make a custom arrangement for you. And then just real talk, like I said, about bugs, humidity, rain, storms, no rain, and just show you what it's like to be a flower farmer in Pawleys Island, South Carolina, as well as tips on growing flowers, arranging flowers, so that you can learn a little bit and bring in some of the beauties that you may be growing already in your own yard and bring some of those inside. Just get a little bit more out of the flowers that are already in your garden. Or you may decide to start growing some of these great varieties for yourself when you see how easy they are to grow. So let me take you outside and just show you a little bit about what's going on. All right, for those who are new to the channel, this is my little floral cottage that my husband and I built out of reclaimed materials a couple years ago. It's so cute and beautiful, and it is the logo. I have a friend who created the logo actually from this building. So if you go check out my floral cottage logo, you will see this cute little shed here. So I will just tell you that it has cooled down so much in September that I'm actually able to get out into the garden a lot more and do some work. So right now, what's happening in my garden is not a ton, especially back here. I have a few flowers left over for the summer. None of my fall flowers are really back here. There's some leftover snapdragons, but there's really nothing much happening in this bed. But what I am doing is preparing this bed because I am going to be putting a low tunnel over it, which is some hoops with plastic. I have opened up a little bit more space on this side to add a couple more rows. We have a lot of trees, as you can probably see, in our yard, and so we don't have a lot of sunny areas. This right here is the southern side of our house and our backyard, so it gets the most. You can see there we've got a PVC pipe. We're getting ready to start working, and I've got new beds that are going to go right here. I could probably get 2 to 3 rows in here, which will just extend this out a little bit, and we're going to hoop over this so that I can get some really early flowers for Valentine's Day. So growing outside, the earliest I could get the flowers really is the beginning of March, and that misses the Valentine's Day window. I'm going to be also growing some sweet peas up the back of my shed. Right now I have a beautiful rose that's just a couple years old here that's sort of twining along. I've got some weeding to do over here. And in this garden bed, I'm not sure what I'm going to put it back here. I've done some clearing, and we're doing some work over here, clearing out some more space in the garden. So not much happening out back here except for just the beautiful temperatures that have allowed me to get out and do the weeding and start doing things about 3 to 4 weeks earlier than we normally will do. I'm also working on this cute little walkway here in front of my shed with a bunch of bricks that were just found around in our garden. So I've started to dig those down, but I have to dig the rest of them in. So I have like a little porch. I actually keep finding more and more bricks. And so I'm kind of glad that I didn't really start digging much. I just started the end over here. And so I've got to go ahead and get this in. And so I will have a little walkway so that when it rains, it's very sandy. As you can see, this is all sand and it splashes up on the shed, and just nice to have a little something here to step on if we ever do get rain. It has been weeks since it's rained. We've had no storms per se, and usually we get a lot of rain from tropical storms and hurricanes that come through. We've had nothing this year. So let me take you to the front. I'm out here in my front beds, and like I said, there's not much happening. I actually did not plan to plant for fall this 2025 season. I pulled back with my flowers due to lots of other things happening in my life, personal stuff and my other business. And so I just did flowers till about June. And the things that are growing here are just leftovers, or there's nothing because they've died off because of the heat. And whatever I've got here is just some perennials that I have to divide. We've got some yarrow, and I've got some beautiful sweet autumn clematis that is growing here so nicely. And in this bed, I did decide to throw in some things at the last minute. So we do have sunflowers that are starting to have some little buds on them. Then I have another bunch of sunflowers over there. I have some cosmos over here, and another round of sunflowers that I just planted in the ground, little babies that will hopefully make it before it gets too cold. I have some zinnias left over and some snapdragons that I planted early in the season that kind of didn't start blooming until the last month. So usually they're long gone and dead, but they are blooming. And this is the garden bed that I've had for the last 2 years. And I've got to move some things around. I've got to also put some chicken wire because the rabbits will eat all my flowers. and the deer also will grab the sunflowers. In the past, I've had to cover over the entire bed with netting so that the deer, because in the neighborhood where I live, there are still deer around. So we have pests here, bugs and little animals. Rabbits are so sweet, but they do eat my stuff. This was a bed that I added last year ago fall, and I just made an extension because the front yard is where we have some. I extended this bed, it gets afternoon sun, and planted these dahlias, which I have had no luck with before planting the dahlias in other places because there wasn't enough sun. And this year I was pleasantly surprised that these dahlias have gotten so tall. They're almost as tall as me, and I have been getting dahlias on here since June. I've had to trim them back because some of them have broken. They're so heavy and tall. I had no idea they would even grow this tall for me because in the past they were maybe 3 foot at the most. I wasn't prepared with tall enough stakes, and so, you know, lessons learned as you go. I've got a leather sprinkling here of some amaranth and some celosia. I don't know that it's going to do anything. A few zinnias, and something that's about to burst into bloom that, good gosh, I don't know what I was thinking when I grabbed a couple of these from the side of the road. Goldenrod, and it has really, really spread. I'm gonna have to keep my eye on it because I have to keep pulling it out. It's about to bloom. As you can see, it's just about to color up, so maybe another week we'll start to see. This entire back bed right all through here is all goldenrod, and it was just covered in bees last year, so I'm sure that it will be the same, if not more. They make really nice cut flowers, very tall stems, and the beautiful golden color is great. So I'm going to be using that in some bouquets in another couple weeks, probably about the time my sunflowers, hopefully they will all bloom together. I'm glad that you're here. I hope you stick with me, and I will be bringing information about workshops. I've got workshops coming up in October and December. I'll link below so you can check out my website.